How come you're not in school?
I don't go to school. I'm a model.
Cool, like for magazines.
I'm going to London soon. Just waiting for my portfolio shots. There's no real work for models in Dublin, you know.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Do you want to be in a video? It's for my band.
You're in a band?
Yes. And we need a girl for it. Have you ever been in a video before?
No. Is that a problem?
I hope not. I'll ask the producer.
Who's the producer?
That kid behind me.
See, if you're in a band, sing me a song.
I can't sing out here.
You're gonna have to sing for like thousands of people. I'm just one. Sing.
Don't make me sing.
Sing that song off the radio. You know, the one by Aha. Sing it.
Take, no, it's too loud. Take on me, take me on. That's all I know.
I've known John for a good few years now, and he actually produced my first feature. And I read the script for this movie and just thought that it was an exceptional script and really captured the era and the relationships between the characters. And I thought that Brendan was a fascinating character. And so when John and I came to sit down and have a discussion about it, it was a total no-brainer. And I was honoured to be part of something that was special to him and something that he had a belief in, you know what I mean? It's a film that matters to him. And it's not often that you work with a director who has a really strong personal investment in the material. So I love that about it.
Music for me started with kind of a love of the Beatles, you know. I'd always kind of listened to music that was around the house, and my parents were into great music. And I've kind of gone back on the music that my parents listen to now without even realising that they're big fans of these musicians. Like, I'm big fans of, I'm a big folk listener. I listen to lots of folk music like Joni Mitchell and kind of James Taylor and stuff like that. And that's always kind of been around my house. But at the start of kind of my, you know, when I was first getting into music, it was the Beatles for me, because that really got me going. I'm not quite sure what it was. They were really cool. They were creating brilliant music and they're really good at it. And I just wanted to be them.
My favourite thing about Rafina is that you can't really pinpoint her, even from beginning to end of the film. When you think you know more about her, she still remains this kind of enigma. And that was the thing that initially drew me to her, because it means you have so much more to explore and experiment with, and especially with such a collaborative director as John is, that is even more exciting, and there's so much more to do. So it was very exciting.
That's Jack Reynor, Ferdia, Walsh-Peelo and Lucy Boynton talking about Sing Street. We are going to talk about it right now.
Yes, we are. So Sing Street is directed by John Carney, who directed Once and Begin Again. And Sing Street, basically, we saw this in an early screen a few weeks ago. And we go back to 1980s Dublin, which is seen through the eyes of a 14-year-old boy named Connor, played by Ferdia Walsh-Peelo. And he is basically looking for a break from his home because his parents' relationship, father played by Aiden Gillen, who I love, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, you might recognise him. And basically their relationship troubles
and the mother
troubles.
is Mrs. S from Orphan Black.
There you go, yeah. So, you know, star-studded couple.
Yeah,
But while he's also trying to adjust to his new inner-city public school that he's moved to because they haven't got enough money for his normal school, where the kids are really rough and he's been bullied and the teachers are strict and even tougher. He's sort of he decides that. Well, he sees a girl on the street, a mysterious-looking girl played by Lucy Boynton. She plays a girl called Rafina, and basically he decides to. Well, he tells her that he is in a band, and with the aim of winning her heart, he invites her to star in the band's music videos. But he's not in a band to start with, so he has to make a band, and he gets all of these lovable misfits that he meets and friends that he soon makes a band with. Actually, so now Sing Street is like, I mean, there's one thing that I came out of this film thinking of instantly. And that the fact that it is this year's Pride for me, because it's just one of those films.
I went into it thinking it could be this year's Pride.
It is just one of those films that is just, it's irresistibly optimistic in the way that it handles itself, and I feel like there is a lot that it has to do sort of win people over. I mean, there is a lot of familiar stuff here. That is no sort of. That comes with the territory, I suppose. It is a musical. It's a comedy drama musical.
It's not a musical. It's a film. It's a film with music in.
Yeah.
Because the way that it's kind of said, like the characters understand that they are playing music. They don't just spontaneously burst into it.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like that it could have been very sort of wishy-washy and very dry at times, or like overly sweet, but I feel that it deals with itself so optimistically and is really, really feel good in everything it does. The cast throughout are charming. I mean, I think it's a really, really mature performance by Ferdia, and I feel like the relationship that he has with Lucy Boynton's character is really, really sort of realistic and sweet, and I feel like it does. I mean, it does feel like a bit of a fairy tale at times in the way that they all come together, and I really do like the fact that they are just so amazingly done together. All of them, the whole band have great chemistry with each other. They bounce off each other really well. They all seem really into it, and they're clearly just having great fun with it. And the songs, they're all original songs. There are some classic 80s tunes peppered throughout, which are just amazingly well picked.
We will play today.
One of the best soundtracks of the year so far, easily. But it's just so earnest in the way that it deals with what it's trying to do. It's just so irresistibly hopeful, and just a wonderfully told story about a group of kids who just want to make their own mark in the world, and it's brilliantly funny all the way through. Like there is some genuinely great comedy in here, and that is because the characters all work so well together. And the original songs, definitely, just some of them. I mean, I've had Riddle of the Model in my head like for weeks now.
Yeah,
they're all really good songs. But yeah, it works because the cast works and the humor lands, and it's just so brilliantly earnest in what it has to say and what it's trying to do. It's just, you cannot be helped but to be swept away by the spirit that it has.
I think the thing I don't know how to say this, but like the thing that kind of intrigued me the most was how sort of professional the band are presented in the film, in a kind of way that they make it look very, very easy, as if like it's very heavily produced. And through the film, I was wondering, like, could a band of people this young be this good?
Yeah.
And it kind of, it's like you say, it's the optimism of the film that kind of makes it believable. You kind of think, well, that's obviously done by a production crew. It's not just done by them making this little video, like, but like you forget about it because it's just so much fun, and the music is so good, and like it's a nostalgia fest. I mean, I recommended this to my mum, and another mention of my mum on this show. I know, I'm sorry, but she kind of grew up with sort of new romantic music that this film talks about. What's the band who wore the like tartan? Bay City Rollers. I think they're my mum will know that. I'd be tweeting her, texting us or something saying what it is, but like she kind of loved this whole new romantic kind of music, the Duran Duran, the Hall and Oates, all that kind of stuff that this film has in it. And I recommended this to her straight away because it's nostalgic, but it's not kind of sentimental. If you get what I mean, it's kind of it's its own story. It's not just a sort of jukebox musical as it could have been. But
I got what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because it's refreshingly original in the way it deals with itself, while there is familiar content in there, and it does have some of the tropes of the genre. But I feel like John Carney he helms the film with such great energy. Like he gets the best out of all of his cast, and the script that is written is so well delivered and so well timed. I mean, obviously there probably was a bit of improv in there, but I feel like it doesn't forget the fact that there is a story in there of kids who are struggling, and they just want to find their own way in the world. And obviously that is a well-tread story, but it is refreshingly original in the way it does. I mean, obviously the original songs really help, and the fact that they all do work so well together. And to be honest, it is probably one of my films of the year, just because it is so amazingly done with so much charisma and so much amazing joy de vivre, and it's just really never less than amazingly fun to watch. I mean, the way the 80s soundtrack throughout, so many randomly funny scenes that just come out of nowhere, some randomly amazingly memorable lines, and it's just because of that, it's just constantly a joy to watch from start to finish.
I commend them on. I think the performance. I mean, the main kid, Ferdia, he's fantastic because he's got such maturity. I think to make a character as intriguing as Rafine is no mean feat.
Yeah, Lucy Boynton plays her with a great air of mystery, and it's really I mean, she's just got this sort of like manic pixie dream girl look about her. But again, she's got a very heartfelt story and a very sort of undulating circumstances within that story that you really do get the best out of her. And I feel like because they both come from troubled backgrounds, you believe in them as a couple, and that's why it definitely works.
And she's not even Irish.
Oh, they are Lucy Boynton.
If you heard the clip that we just played of her talking about the film, she's actually like pretty well spoken English, and in this film she pulls. And I do
obviously sometimes. Exactly. Sometimes the 80s are sugar-coated, and as you say, it isn't overly nostalgic, but I definitely think it did make it. It's got enough. It's a hit of 80s nostalgia, I think, because it does sort of bring you back into that world, and it does sort of the time when anything was possible, and well, I mean, anything still is possible now. That was really, you know, but
Bring it down on all I got.
but like, you know, just that 80s sort of vibe, and obviously the 80s are sugarcoated quite a bit, but you know, that's just nostalgia for the era, and it does remind you of just why when the 80s was good, it was so good because of the music and the stupid haircuts and the fact that anyone could do stupid things like make a band just to impress a girl.
Yeah,
like that kind of stupid story.
It's
like
some way to get off
that kind of John Hughes,
to pull a girl.
Yeah, you know.
It's
Pretend
it's
to have
quite
a band.
something. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I like that you say John Hughes. It's kind of it's a rare sort of charming younger audience film. It's kind of not gooey and trapped in its own social media bubble, and it's like it's genuinely good.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by this, and I kind of went into it thinking, oh god, musical, here we go. And no, I was charmed by it. I was impressed by it.
Because like it does have such great pumping energy. That is a big reason why I liked it so much, because otherwise, I mean, this could have, like I said, could have been very dry, or just really unfocused, or what we've seen before a lot. But I do think that it had so much about it in its content, and because of the cast and the way that they are desperately trying to shine every time they're on stage. They all get their moments to shine.
Yeah.
It just and lots of like just random like physical just like sort of just like seeable comedy. Like I've forgotten the word for it when not physical comedy, just like
Visual comedy.
Yeah, like a lot of that as well. And obviously the script is really well done, so there's a lot of funny lines within that, and it just works on so many levels, and it's just a really, really well done film.
One final thing I want to do before we go.
Yeah.
Jack Reynor is one of the names that was mentioned for Han Solo. And he was kind of one of the only names on that list that we didn't know because we haven't really seen him. Have you seen anything before this? His big credit.
I couldn't
is,
tell you.
Like you know, in the list it was kind of like, you know, Alden Ehrenreich, Hail Caesar, Taron Egerton, Kingsman. His was Transformers: Age of Extinction. So of course we haven't seen that. We don't know anything about that. But now it's Sing Street, and he's terrific. He's kind of he takes in the sort of mentor.
Not sure
role
what Han Solo,
to his
but
older
he's
brother.
good in this
I don't know. He's very Irish.
Mhm.
He's got an incredibly Irish accent. Not that it's a bad thing at all.
Uh-huh.
He's perfect
Yeah.
for the film.
Love it.
That is Sing Street. It's
Recommended.
out now. We both recommend it. It's terrific. It's a really nice, happy film.
Yeah.
That you should
Loved it.
definitely search out if you get the opportunity.